Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Three, two, one, go.
Hello and welcome to the week 6 of the ARCA Sparks iRacing Series, live from the legendary Lanier Speedway. Tonight we got ourselves a battle, a fierce battle that is definitely going to rain on down here. And I'll tell you what, there's lots of points on the line, and with that, this race is going to promise to be a doozy. This Big Al, I'm joined in the booth by none other than Mr. James Watson, and we are here ready to get it on. James, how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing good. Looking forward to this one. This is true Saturday night short track. This is one of the smallest tracks on the service and one of my absolute favorites to race at.
All right, so why don't you tell us a little bit about this track, man? What makes this track so unique, and what makes you like it so much? Why is it your number one?
Well, it's incredibly small, so you're really gonna have to work on your throttle control and your trail braking. You know, trying to get the car rotated through the corner as best as you can. Because if you struggle just that little bit, you're going to be sliding off of the bottom, and that's going to be a death sentence. It's not easy to be side-by-side at this place, so trying to get to that yellow line on the inside, that's where the race is going to be. So if you slip up off and give someone an opportunity to get their nose in and put you side-by-side, your chances aren't looking all that good.
So what are some things that we're going to actually have to look for here tonight, man? What do we need to be weary of? I mean, what's going to be the biggest thing that's going to stand out here?
Well, like I said, the bottom is the preferred place to be, so we might see some contact from someone trying to pinch, throw a block, and another car not having it. The car is also tracking very loose so far. So you've got to be really disciplined on your throttle and present with how the rear is handling, because it just might snap on you out of nowhere. You might think you're okay, and then all of a sudden you're having to make a significant steering correction just to keep the thing from under you.
Oh, wow. Sounds like a lot going on down there on the racetrack tonight. And we're watching practice series is actually slowly starting to wrap up, man. The theme, I guess, has been just crash, bang, smash, bang. That's what we've been seeing. You know, that mixed in with a little bit of slip sliding away. I think that tells a big story about what's going on here tonight.
Absolutely. We're seeing what happens when you really have to drive this car. So it might be a fantastic race. It might be a caution fest. But when it comes to this, there's no in between.
Absolutely. Got a couple of new faces down there tonight. Well, actually, not necessarily new. Chris Severa's back. He's going to be making a guest appearance for us here tonight, seeing if he can't boost his points standings just a little bit. And also, looks like we've got Mr. Ryan Andrews is going to be joining the crew down here for this field of 8. I can't wait. Warm-up slowly coming to an end. Going to get this thing kicked off into qualifying. And then we're going to be bringing 150 laps of the hottest racing that you can expect to see here. Keys to the race, throttle control is everything. How you get in and out of the corners, you got to pretend that there's just an egg underneath that throttle. If you get in it too fast, too hard, you're going to find yourself spinning by yourself. Next thing, patience in traffic. 10 cars, not a lot of cars on this field, but it still can get crowded because it is a small track. So patience is going to have to be there just as much as it would have, say, if it was a 25-car field. You got to be smart, and you got to make good decisions. And last but not least, defensive on the restarts. Week in, week out, we see drivers losing on the restart. Well, here, that drag race isn't going to be not very long, so drivers going to have to get it in real quick. So you got to get that drag race, and you got to get it locked in. You got to be defensive. Those, my friends, are the keys to the race. Warm-ups completely over now. Heading into qualifying. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
And I will step away real quick to get my run in.
We'll be watching you, James. Good luck to you, buddy. Bring us home a big one. You're watching that 39 car, that Team Watson Racing Setups car, actually, of James Watson getting ready to take the track. Quite a few cars actually running around. I'm watching the 00 Crowley. Taking a look at our points standings here. You got Matty Raymond. He's going to be on top of this thing with 3 wins. Paul Osen coming off in second. Matthew Cisna holding on in third. Kenny Powell fourth. Jeff Engler fifth. Vincent Crowe sixth. James Watson seventh. Greg Wachinski eighth. Sebastian Manshinen is going to be in ninth. And Ruben Phelps is going to round out those top 10. And I do believe most of those gentlemen are here tonight. I don't see Jeff Engler down there, but it's definitely going to be a points battle, and you're going to have to get this one in if you want it to stick. Looks like Mr. Crowley has got the fastest time right now. Did we pick drivers yet?
Yep, we have not.
Yeah, I don't want everybody to kind of get the wrong idea. I actually did pick Vincent Crowe. He's my pick. So I'll go ahead and say that so everybody won't say, oh, you just picked him because he qualified good. No, it's already in. James, who you picking, boss?
I'm picking the points leader, Matty Raymond, to take another win.
And Kobe?
This week I'm going to pick Kenny Powell for the win. Just go with someone different, someone right. I don't normally pick. So bring it over for me, Kenny, please.
Man, there you go. That's a bunch of great picks there. We'll be monitoring these guys, see how they do. My thing is, I think this could be the track where Vincent Crowe actually has an opportunity to knock Mr. Matty off of his, High horse. It's not a high horse, it's a tri horse. He's done won 3 races here back to back to back. So qualifying are real underway right now. Vincent Crow, fastest time on the board. James Watson second. Just 1/10 of a second is going to separate those two. Then Mansion is going to be sitting in third. Phelps, another solid time in fourth. Ryan Andrews, he's going to be in fifth. And Matty Cisna. Those are going to be the 6 times that we got so far. There's only 1 car left on the track right now. That's the 39. I think he's just burning up gas. All right, with qualifying done, we're going to step away, get away from our sponsors, and we'll be back with the starting grid and the night's coverage.
If you love the thrill of racing but hate the risks, then buckle up. Everything Simulated is here to merge adrenaline with absolute safety. In a world where technology meets adrenaline, Everything Simulated is revolutionizing driver training with state-of-the-art simulators. From truck training to the thrill of motorsports, our simulators offer the most realistic experiences across all automotive applications. Gone are the days of endless bookwork and basic drills. Now it's all about hands-on, pulse-pounding action that prepares you for the real deal. Whether you're maneuvering a heavy mining vehicle or racing a high-speed car, our simulators, equipped with cutting-edge technology from leaders like Simrigs and Track Racer, bring every nuance of the drive to life. And talk about making a mark. We're not just building simulators, we're fostering talent. From grassroots motorsports to professional series like the Aussie Outlaw GT3, sponsored by us, Everything Simulated is fueling dreams and careers. Ready to feel the excitement of the racetrack under your fingertips? Connect with us, and let's build your next simulator adventure together. Remember, we support those who support us. Join the Everything Simulated family, and let's race towards the future.
And we are back with Inside Lane Productions coverage of tonight's feature event. It's going to be 150 laps right here at the Lanier Speedway. Starting on the pole, the one and only Vincent Crow. Outside is going to be James Watson starting P2.
Oh, not that fraud.
Yeah, he's a fraud. P3 is going to be Sebastian Manchin, and with Ruben Phelps in fourth. Fifth place shows Ryan Andrews with Matty Cisna in sixth. Matty Raymond's going to be in seventh. He'll have Kenny Powell on his outside. Paul Olsen in ninth, and the field's going to be wrapped up by Chris Severe in 10th. That's your starting lineup. Drivers receiving their brief right now. Here shortly, we'll be taking off. Another hot Georgia Saturday night for us. It was actually Saturday afternoon, as I do believe we're showing it just before 5 o'clock, 10 minutes before 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That track temp, though, not going to be doing anybody any favors. It's down from 110 just to 103 right now. 81 degrees in the seats for everybody that's watching this thing, whether they're here or home. I want to give everybody a big wave and a big shout out. Why don't you go ahead and like, follow, subscribe, I think, ring that bell. I don't know what we're doing anymore. I can't keep up. I'm not hip. You know, I'm the old guy officially in the conversation, right?
You said, not me.
Yeah, look at you, James. You just couldn't wait. I'm not seeing Severa on the field.
Yeah, Chris left during practice and did not come back, so it does not look like Chris will be racing after all.
Guess it was just too much for him. It's a little bit too much. Couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle the pressure. Shout out to Paul, though, man. Paul Olsen, second in the points. Well, I mean, consistency is key, right?
Absolutely.
All right, lights up from the pace cars. We'll be getting up and out of the way here, and we're going to get ready to go green flag racing here at Lanier. Can't wait. Here we go. They're stacked up side by side. The 00 Crow waste no time getting going. Looked like Watson almost had a little bit of a false start, though. Think he's going to be okay. Definitely winning that drag race. That's what we were talking about as you watch James Watson right now as he comes around the outside. Still trying to get clear. Just a little bit of contact with the wall. That's not going to be too good. That's not going to help his efforts at all. But right now the battle is for the lead. Vincent Crow and James Watson. James Watson slowly trying to make his way around. Still not yet able to get clear. Good drive off right there. Is he done? He is at the bumper. Clear. James Watson now your race leader.
Yeah, that was fun.
I don't think it's over yet. I mean, Vincent Crow doesn't seem like he's ready to just sit back and play nice. One thing there we're going to be waiting on, green flag pit stops because, well, cautions. We'll be waiting on cautions for pit stops. This is not a racetrack where drivers want to actually make green flag pit stops. Not to mention, though, I do believe they are good to go on a tank of gas, so the only thing they would actually need to stop for at this junction would be tires. So we'll just find out just how precious tires are because that has got to be one of the keys to the race, too. You got to conserve your tires.
Yeah, like you said, we're going to be good to go on fuel, which is a godsend because pitting under green flag is a death sentence here because pit road, you have to go all the way around the infield because the boxes start before pit entry. So you're going to lose an unbelievable amount of time going that slow for that long. And it's still going to make stops under caution interesting because you will probably lose a lap pitting under yellow as well because the fact that pit speed is 10 miles an hour slower than pace speed. So going around the entire track, you're definitely going to be slower, not to mention, taking your pit service. So it's going to be a massive risk versus reward here. Do you want the fresher tires? Are you willing to go a lap down and hope that there's a caution to get you back on the lead lap? It's going to be a fascinating choice for all of us in this race.
Well, at least you got options, That's all I can say about that, man. And we're going to be here to see how the whole thing plays out right now, though. James, you're doing everything you can. Great job multitasking as well as Vincent Crow he's determined to make your job difficult or as difficult as possible. Ruben Phelps now slowly reeling you guys in. I don't know if you can see him on the relative, but he's definitely going to be making sure he keeps you guys just right there at arm's distance.
Yeah, obviously we're well aware of how quick Ruben Phelps is, so you can never count out that 0-6.
Yeah, absolutely. And getting good spacing on a racetrack now, but I got a feeling you guys are going to start to run into traffic before too long. You're going to have to deal with it. The head of this snake is going to catch the tail. James, I'm thinking you guys could actually do some damage here to the field as well. As right now, the hero is around sideways. Caution's going to come out for the first time. Let's take a look at this to see exactly what took place with Vincent Crow. Man, I was just sitting up, watching up, and I saw the caution pop up on my screen. You see right now he's actually following Watson right in, and there it is. She gets a little bit loose on him, drives it right in there. But, fortunately, no harm, no foul, kept it off the wall. Everybody stayed off of him. That's going to buff out.
Yeah, it's that's what I was talking about. It gets really loose on you and in a way that you can't predict. Like, I actually had a moment myself right when Vincent spun. I had to make a little bit of a correction.
Well, don't worry. You're going to be making a lot of corrections here tonight. Look, Ruben Phelps in the 06, we're just talking about how fast he is. Now he is down on pit road for what appears to be his first scheduled stop. And you were saying that drivers are definitely probably going to go at least one lap down on these pit stops. We're going to be watching, and it must have been something really tremendously wrong in that setup for him to want to come down and pit so soon.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice. Yeah, I know we were pushing kind of hard, but it looks like he's going to stay on the lead lap. So that's some interesting information for everyone on track right now.
Yep, with a little bit of room to spare, Paul Osen, he's still down doing his thing, hoping that Paul could get back out in the nick of time as well, and he will. Pace car is going to be getting out of the way this time by those guys through just the nick of time. As James Watson wastes no time getting it going, he is back on the pedal and off. That is going to send ripples through the field as the 6 of Matty Cisna totally got tangled up with the 75 of Ryan Andrews. It was like the 6 didn't realize what was going on, man, and he made a 3-wide situation, and it could have been a lot worse. So heads up, driving for all the folks around to keep that thing from actually making it a bigger owie. Vincent Crow now, he is back out there racing. Crow drops all the way back to 4th place. So only loses 2 spots, not too bad. But now he's going to be, finding himself continuing with Matty Raymond. Now, thank goodness for the guys that got a reprieve, because that's going to spread the field up just a little bit. And so, unfortunately for Paul Osen, though, he's still going to be back at the pack. He's going to have to fight to stay on the lead lap, because he's just a little bit closer to the leader. But as far as everybody else, they're actually able to move up and tighten up the group. So, hey, that's good news for everybody involved. Ryan Andrews, though, that's the guy that we're watching. Ryan started this thing all the way back in 5th place. Right now, he is in 2nd. Cisna started in 6th. He's in 3rd. Those are 2 biggest movers on the track. Crowe, the biggest faller. He qualified on the pole. Now he finds himself in 4th. Still watching the track temp, just bumped up 1 degree, so that doesn't mean that it's getting cooler. It means it is indeed staying the same or going up. You got 81 degrees in the air, wind out of the southeast at 13 miles an hour under clear skies, man. That's a great race night here for you. Guys are going to love that. Cars are going to love that. As that sun goes down, maybe cars will get a little cooler. What do you think, James? Would the track free itself up as the track gets cooler, or is the track going to become tighter?
It's hard to say when it comes to this place. I feel like it's going to get tighter, even with the temperature going down. Oh, so we got a car around somewhere.
Kenny Powell, he's down in the corner there, hanging out. Not going to cause any problems, but it's definitely going to put him in the catbird seat. You watch right there. Same thing, goes down low, just gets a little sideways. Ruben Phelps able to slide by, but Kenny, remember, we got it. You picked this guy. You picked Kenny to win it, and I'm all about it. But Kenny's got to finish first. That's the thing he struggled. That team has struggled with a lot this year, and that's what's going to win this thing. If you look at the points, we got another car, Ryan Andrews. He just kind of bops it a little bit, causes a big checkup. That's going to affect the 6, the 00, and the 83 of Matty Raymond. Now that Ryan is back going, not sure how that's going to go, but that was your P2 car right there, and I don't think he's out of the woods just yet. We're going to keep watching him as our leader just keeps gobbling up on that 24. Kenny Powell going to have to make some serious decisions here sooner than later. Have to figure out what he's going to do. But the field definitely starting to spread out. Let's ride with our leader, James Watson. We can see what he sees as he begins to make his move around Kenny Powell. James, you want to talk us through what you're seeing here?
Yeah, just inching a little closer to Kenny every lap. Not really trying to push it. Been lucky to get a bit of a gap here. So I'm just trying to take the opportunity to just kind of be as smooth and easy on it as possible. Kenny giving me plenty of room here. Appreciate that a lot. So yeah, just trying to take care of it now. I was pushing a little harder than I wanted to, trying to race and hold off Vincent. So now that I've got a bit of a cushion to work with, I'm just gonna try to use it as best as I can and just focus on conserving the right front and the right rear. I'm honestly not entirely sure what's going to be the problem area. In my practice, it seemed like the right rear was going to be the issue, but you know, with the way I drive, I always tend to get more right front wear than the average person, even in loose conditions such as this. So that's always in the back of my mind to make sure I'm still taking care of the right front, because I can handle it better if the
sorry.
yeah, no, it's
Man, you know, I've been watching Ryan Andrews, and everybody's probably heard me oohing and ahhing, but this guy has literally been just sliding all over the place. And right there, I thought for sure he's going to bring out the second caution of the night. That 75 car, it's like he's got a cheetah in that cockpit or something, man. He's got his hands full. I've been watching it, you know, it was almost like I was watching a horror movie, but people probably heard me go, ooh, it was all over a 75.
yeah. Now you're starting to sound like me with all the random background noises and strange screams.
And if you remember, he was, and Kenny Powell goes around. Kenny's going to bring out possibly the second caution. I don't know right now. No cautions out. He's going to get a point in the right direction. There's the caution. Yep, he was just right there again, man. And it's like he just right there. Kenny made no contact with the wall, keeping her clean. Look, pit road's going to be busy right now. Our leader's down. Ryan Andrews is down. Lots of takers onto the pit road. Only the 06 stays out of Ruben and Phelps. He and the 24 Powell. Powell's going to be trying to get one of his laps back. Actually, he's just being scored one lap down, so could have been a lot worse, Kenny. I don't think he will get his lap back, though, if the 6 stayed out. Yeah, he's going to have to actually go to the tail end of the line.
Yeah, it's going to be unfortunate for Kenny. Now he's going to hope we get one more yellow.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he wasn't eligible for the lucky dog because he himself brought out the caution. So that's how that works. But he would have been eligible because he's the only guy that's actually a lap down. And he doesn't get the wave around because the 06 stayed out. So just more bad luck for Powell, as he'll now be getting the message to let a lot of cars pass him by.
Yeah, this is going to get sketchy here because pace car is about to pull off as we speak. So there's going to be a lot of spread.
Pace car's gone. Watson brings a very disorganized field to the line. Watson gets it going. Not sure what was going on with the 6. He was actually the leader right there. He bobbled Bop. Now the 00 is going to be on the inside of the 6, who's going high. Watson's trying to get away. He's not looking back. Vincent Crow on the inside of Ruben Phelps. Not able to make the pass just yet. These two are going to be side by side. Really tight it is. Crow, too tight. He's going to bring it down on the inside. Appears like he's going to lose a look. What is going on? Caution's out. I'm sorry. Look at me. I'm sitting here calling the cautions. Yeehaw. What caused the caution?
I think, issues for the 40.
40. Mansionin has actually been struggling, guys. He's been in the back of this thing pretty much all night tonight, and it doesn't look like he's going to be making any strides to the front. Who part of that, though? He kept her off the wall. Didn't scuff her chin. But, yeah, Sebastian not having his finest evening right here. Now Kenny Powell gets his wave around, so he will actually be back on the lead lap this time. So, luck be a lady for Kenny.
Yeah, that restart, the restart zone here is actually pretty short.
What
So
restart? We're not going to
the
call that a restart. We're going to call that was a gaggle.
that it was, but yeah, it came out pretty early. So we got the
Well,
actual green lights pretty early, so I was able to get a good jump off of that.
yeah, 1 to green right now. They're stacked up, lights off on the pace car. You know, that last time everybody pitted, so those guys were literally trying to catch up to the pace car. And, you know, if Bush continues to go green for a while, I think you're going to see that situation happen again. Might be a benefit to somebody that's on a different pit strategy. Like right now, Kenny Powell's 54 laps on his equipment, and then you got Ruben Phelps at 36, green flags out. James Watson wasting no time getting it going. We're not live on the screen.
Nope, I can tell you, you are not.
Vincent Crow still inching in. He is right there behind Watson. Crow really pushing it hard. Almost, well, he does make contact with the 39. Ruben Phelps definitely feeling those old tires. Is right there. He was tight and loose right there at the same time. Almost loses control of it. Gonna lose definitely 3 or 4 spots here as he goes high to get out of the way. Ryan Andrews right there beside him right now. Ryan Andrews hot into the corner. He's still sideways, gonna go high, lose everything that he got, get up into the wall and out of the way. Andrews having a hard time here tonight. Not sure what's going on with that dude. The 45 Paul Olsen's pulling right up on him, and he's going to have Kenny Powell's going to be trying to make his way around those two.
Meanwhile, Vincent Crow missed the bottom a couple laps ago and lost himself a lot of time. Slid up 2 lanes, in fact.
Oh, Sebastian Manson around again. That's going to bring out the next caution. Right there in the middle of the turn. Self-spin, no other contact. Beautiful pirouette, though. I'm going to give him props for that. That's an 8. It would have been a 10, but we're not looking for ice skating moves on the racetrack tonight. So, James, is the track just that? Is it just that tricky, or is this what that throttle management that we've been talking about?
Yep, it's that tricky.
There it is, right there. You see, he comes in. Once she starts to step out, all he can do is hold on for the ride. Sebastian and the 6 of Phelps going to be down on the pit road right now. So, yeah, it's just that slick, huh?
Yeah, like, it's pretty loose in the center, like, right when you're thinking about getting on the power. So, if you're not already paying attention and really plugged into what your car is doing, you're gonna spin, because you basically need to start counter steering before it actually breaks loose, because you can kind of feel it at a point to where it's like, oh, okay, I'm getting a little bit more slide than usual. That means I gotta be careful and kind of start to turn to the right a little bit here.
Indeed. Lots going on, man. This has been a pretty, it's been a, what is that, 4 cautions we've had? Quite a bit, I say.
Yeah, but not as much as I was expecting, honestly.
Look, I was told, I was briefed, all we're going to do is we're going to go in here, man. Well, anyway, we'll talk about that pace car off. So is James. Hot Vincent sleeping just a little bit, able to get around him. Crow now coming up. Powell just kind of there in the way, going to lose that lap again. Just as fast as he got it, but he's going to jump up there, get in the way real quick. Now you got the 6 coming down. Not sure if he had a black flag or a loose nut, or he might be a loose nut with a black flag. Watson got his rearview mirror full of Vincent Crow. Crow giving her everything he can, but every time he comes off, just not actually able to get the same drive off that Watson's getting, but they're doing a lot better than Matty Cisna. He is going to slowly start to fall back, and guess what? He has got our points leader overall, Matty Raymond, making his way into the top 5 here tonight. Now he's going to be wanting to get around the 6 so he can actually get up here and try to see if he cannot stop you guys from spoiling his winning streak. But Ryan Andrews right now, he is back there. The 6, though, going to be going a little bit high. That's going to leave the door open. Raymond now needs to make this pass. Vincent Crow all over the back bumper of the 39. Matty Raymond not actually able to get the pass done. Crow loses just a little bit, and that little bit is going to give Watson all the breathing room that he needs. Raymond gets into the back of the 6. Ryan Andrews gets into the back of him. Andrews actually falls off the pace, but that allows the 83 to actually come up and get around the 6. But Matty Cisna still going to be trying to fight for his position. Cisna's been all over the place tonight. And there's Ryan Andrews again. He is sideways, looking for a caution. Doesn't come out. There it is.
We got another yellow. Man, Shandon again.
And then Mansionin. Well, actually, it didn't start with Mansionin. It started with Ryan Andrews. Andrews got so loose in the corner, he was more than sideways. Don't know if that guy's been drinking tonight or not, but hey, here's to him. Yeah, he's still going crazy with it right there. Oh, well, he actually recovered there. Still waiting to see what. And there it is. That's when he was sideways. And there you go. Mentioned it. Kenny Powell, man, he really dodged the bullet there. And guess what? Kenny's a lucky dog. When he get his lap back, he's still staying in there. So I see why you picked him, man. Kenny is they're throwing everything at him but the kitchen sink tonight, and he is fighting it off. So good on him.
Has Phelps served his black flag yet?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
James, are you as busy down there as we are?
Probably a lot more so.
Man, it's just been kind of crazy up here watching this thing, man. I don't know what's going to happen next here.
Yeah, it's an interesting race because I'm still trying to save my stuff, and Vincent, he's carrying a lot of speed, so he's been knocking on my door quite a bit here. So we'll see.
Roger pace car out of the way now. Here you guys go. You're at it. You're gone. James Watson wasting no time, but Vincent Crow right there. Crow literally at the door. Not going to let this one go as he is still right there. Bumper to bumper coming off the turn. Crow getting a drive off. Watson talked about this specifically, and right now Vincent Crow trying to do his deal, but guess who's loose again? Ryan Andrews goes high up on the track. He's going to slow it down to keep from actually causing another caution. And with that, Vincent Crow still not able to get it done. Nice crossover by the 39 of James Watson, sorry. Watson staying right there on the inside line, which is the fast line. If trying to make Crow work for it on the ice, on the outside. If you want to pass, you got to pass me high. That's the motto. That's the mantra. That's what he's saying. That's what he's holding him to. Crow sitting out there just not able to get the runoff that he needs because Watson's making those really tight turns down on the inside. Watson now pushes Crow up on the track. Crow's going to try to dive back in, getting the drive off, going to get back on the throttle a little bit earlier than Watson. Back out of the throttle, still coming down. This right now is a throttle control game between these two. It's not cat and mouse, it's throttle control. And Matty Raymond, he just has a front row seat watching as they make contact. And James Watson's going to go around, and he's going to return the favor to Vincent Crow. And now Crow spins all the way around, and that's going to bring out yet another caution. Woo. That's just awesome, man. Just good dirt track. I mean, look, it's just good short track Saturday night racing. I mean, that's all we could say about that. A little banging, a little rubbing. I mean, I'm pumped up. I'm excited, James.
Yeah,
break a guitar or something. Maddie Raymond. Is actually down pit road right now. Along with the 00 of Vincent Crow, the 39 of Watson. Got Ron Andrews down there, as well as the 6 of Maddie System. So here's the deal now, and I want you to think about what I'm getting ready to say, because this gets complicated real quick. So you remember that guy that was all those laps down that had been fighting to get his lap back like the majority of the race? Kenny Powell?
Yes, sir.
Well, now he's your race leader. If that doesn't make it strange, I don't know what will. Paul Ocean's going to be starting along Kenny's outside. And it just gets better. Let's get it. Lights off on the pace car. He's coming around. He's going to be doing his thing. It's going to be a mad dash to try to get up, get in line. That might play out to the benefit of the 24 and the 45 on older tires, as they're going to get all but a rolling start here. Is Powell wasting time where I figured he would have took off sooner, but he's actually waiting on everybody to get back and slow them down. Smart move by Kenny Powell as he corrals the field, but the 83 of Matty Raymond going to be on the inside. Paul Olsen goes high. 3-wide situation going into the turn. That's going to involve Crow. That's going to involve Andrews and Watson. Watson down on the inside. Ryan Andrews sideways yet again. He's going to avoid all contact, but yet the caution flag's going to come out. You know, I'm starting to think that Ron Andrews is Peter, the flagman's personal trainer. That's the only thing that makes sense. That could have been, that could have been a lot worse as you're actually watching that at home, man. He spun out right there, 3-wide, which 3-wide at Lanier does something that you rarely get a chance to call out over the radio, so go me. I love it. Matty Raymond actually makes it all the way back up here to be your leader. Ryan Andrews, the 06 of Ruben Phelps gets one of his laps back, so now he'll just be 2 laps down. One car out of the race, that's going to be the 40 of Sebastian Mansionen. He just had a hard night tonight. This track, man, it's she's playing dirty. She's not giving you guys much.
Absolutely.
Now, this is going to be a different start here for Powell as he really kind of deep stages off of the 83. Kind of waiting on that pace car to get out of the way. Now we're to 1 to green. Field is as tight as it's been. It's getting ready to be a drag race into turn 1. Matty Raymond on 7-lap old tires, Powell on 29-lap tires. Raymond gone, Powell sleep. Watson contact, that's the headline. Raymond gone, Powell sleep. Crow gone, 3-wide. Powell high, Powell loose. Big spots. Back with Olsen. And guess what? You got it. Ron Andrews sideways again. Come on. Who could have called that one?
Yeah, he felt his bumper going into the corner that time.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I'm going to get paid by the caution here. He's going to Venmo me when it's over. That's awesome. We won't call them
Phelps is only going to be 2 laps down now after all this.
We won't call them cautions anymore. We'll call them Ryans.
Damn.
This has been pretty exciting. We haven't been able to establish a good race rhythm just yet, because a third of the laps we've run have been under caution, but we're going to get there. Get them doubled up again. Get ready to take this thing back to green flag racing. Phelps definitely the benefactor of the last caution, because right now he's only 2 laps down, as James said. You know, he's quickly going to get his laps back. Matty Raymond, Vincent Crow. Matty Raymond waits on Crow to stage, and then Matty go. Really good solid drive off. Crow now is going to be battling against Watson. Watson's down to the inside. Raymond's got the drive off. He has solidified his lead. Second place, though, that's the conversation right now we're watching. Crow still staying high. Kenny Powell gets into, guess what? Guess what? Here comes cautions out again. You'll never guess. What? No way. You did guess. I'm sorry, I can't. I don't. I just let's take a step away, get a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Here we go, 6-car shootout. Raymond and Crow side by side drag race. Those two, perfect start. Everything's lined up like it should. Here we go, just waiting on Ron Andrews. As Mama said, it won't be long now. Matty Raymond, though, new car up front, showing the way. Actually, now starting to get a little bit of breathing room between the 39 and the 0. Vincent Crow and James Watson, you two have been battling it all night. You guys are like lovers down there. You just can't seem to get enough of each other.
Apparently.
Ron Andrews now, he is coming up onto the back of the 39. Matty Raymond enjoying what's going on behind him because he, for the first time, is actually getting some breathing room. Kenny Powell goes to ground. No caution just yet. Think we might be able to keep it still going. Oh, guess who spun? You're not going to guess. You're not going to guess. And just like that, Ruben Phelps has he no longer has an obligation to Ron Andrews. So, Ryan, you can quit spinning now. Ruben's back on the lead lap. And you guys might think I'm picking on Ryan. I'm really not. I just get to talk about everything that's happening on the racetrack. That's what we do. We just talk about what's happening. Matty Raymond relinquishes his lead. He's going to come on down on pit road, and that's going to leave Matty. That's going to leave Maddie Cisna, and Vincent Crow. Now the reason why I'm gonna say Maddie Cisna, Vincent Crow, because I'm gonna tell you what, this is gonna be an interesting restart. Get your popcorn, get your snacks. You're gonna want to miss this one. Paul's gonna sneak back up here. He's gonna be in third. Ron Andrews gonna assume the line in fourth. Now we have a star-studded cast. Is that what they say? What do y'all say in Australia, Kobe? You said a bunch of Americans. Yeah, they say. So Kobe said that whenever when they have a star-studded cast, they just call it a bunch of Americans. Oh, light tough on the pace car, getting ready to get this thing lined up again. Couple cars still racing. James Watson's one of them. Paul Olsen still on pit road. Watson's going to come in hot here, just in time to slow down the speed back up. Just as soon as he does, the 00 is off and gone. Watch us see how this start shakes out. The 6 still going. He's high. 24 is low. Everybody seems to be in working order right now. Ron Andrews is going to go high. He's going to let Ruben Phelps go by. He's going to slow back a little bit now. Looks like
issues for Raymond. That's a massive save for Matty Raymond.
I'm going to let you talk a little bit.
Yeah, I saw him get loose. That was a fantastic save for the 83. Getting loose on those cold tires. A while, though, wasn't expecting that from him.
Yeah, and I think the 6 just shared a little bit of that love, too, as Ruben's going to let some people go by. Not sure what's going on. Maybe his car's just not feeling the best here tonight. Hey, he's back to racing. So I think he did actually experience somewhat of a loose condition. Oh. Now this is where we should put the cameras. We'll be watching right here intently with Matty Cisna and Kenny Powell. These two do have a little bit of history. Oh, and there it is. Powell gets sideways. No caution. Powell has a way of spinning in a way that is a detriment. There he goes. There's the caution. Because I was going to say, Powell has a way of spinning that is a detriment to himself. Because when you spin, you want everyone to stop with you. You don't want to spin and not have the caution come out, you know? Because when that happens, you're just losing spots, and you just see he just gets around. It's just the Lanier slide, the Lanier shuffle. That's what we're going to call it here tonight.
Absolutely. We've seen it all night. It is, it's very easy to do that.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, man. But look here, just like that, man, we're like down to 25 laps to go in this thing. Something like that. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, we will likely be, nope, we're 2 to green right now, so we'll be 26 laps to go when we go back green. Yeah, it's going to be hard to figure out who is going to win this side-by-side battle coming up on this restart, because I do have damage from the restart and from the initial incident with Vincent, so my car is definitely not what it was.
Well, that's not what we want to hear, little buddy. We're going to have to figure that out real quick. Like, pace car's going, Crow's in the seat, Crow's on the throttle. Watson falling in the second. He's going to get in the second real quick now. That's a little bit of a different move. Usually that would have been a little bit of a battle side by side. Watson really cutting it tight here. Crow trying to cut it as tight. This is a battle of who can get to the inside. And as you watch, Vincent Crow's doing everything he can to try to close the nose of Watson. He's only going to be able to do that for He's not gonna be able to do that forever, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But wow, and just like that, 6, it gets crooked, but gets straightened out. Put the cautions out. Cautions out again. Yes, it was Matty System. A little bit of contact there between Phelps and Cessna. Oh, actually, that's Andrews and Cessna. No. I was right the first time. Don't listen to me. Listen to him. Phelps gets into him, straightens him out, though. I mean, you know, that's what I'm talking about. That's a good buddy. Good buddy wrecks you and fixes you. That one kept a lot of people at bay. Getting ready to double it up. I think this will be the tightest restart that we have had here in quite a while. Vincent Crowe starting this thing off. Crowe's got 44 laps on his tires. At the line, 2 17s and a couple 7s behind him. Pace car's going to be getting up out of the way. Getting ready to go. Oh, no, sorry. Lights were still on. Now the lights are off on the pace car. James, this has been a doozy.
It sure has. This has been the race I think we've all were expecting in one form or another.
It's been emotional. Pace car off and away. Vincent Crowe leading us through. Crowe off and away, making those 44-lap tires sing, but most of those laps have probably been under caution. Watson really trying to pinch down to the inside now. It looks like he has. Does he have it? He's got the bumper in there. Bumper to bumper. Oh, now he's clear. Watson still pushing in there. He's really turning it tight, trying to do anything he can to kind of take that momentum away from Crowe. Legitimate start here. Looks like we're really starting to stretch it out. Ruben Phelps is going to go high, looking for a spot around Matty Raymond, but that's going to put him in jeopardy of losing a spot to Matt Cessna. Oh, Phelps gets a little bit squirrely, keeps it going. Now he's sideways. Now the caution is going to come out. Still no caution. Can this man get a break? No break for Phelps. Green flag racing continues. He's going to have to suck it up. Sorry about his luck. Vincent Crowe still doing what he can here. Longest green flag run we had for quite a while. We're loving it. James Watson, he has got his sight set on a 00. He is sizing them up every lap, trying to figure out, trying to poke, trying to prod, trying to get around, trying to get inside any way he can, but yet be defensive enough because he has got the 83 of Matty Raymond, and he is breathing down his neck as the 39 sends it in hard, pulls back off. I think he is going to do it a couple more times, and you're going to see him actually get to the inside to gain that advantage. The 6 actually starting to fall back just a little bit. He's going to be dealing with the 24 here, most tick. But Vincent Crowe now getting a little bit more breathing room. It looks like James Watson just kind of missed a step there. But Watson back on the prowl now. He's back engaged, focused, looking at the back end of the 00, trying to get it in. He's painting that yellow line every time he comes in, getting solid drives off, driving it deep down into the corner. Watson's lines on the inside a lot sharper, a lot tighter. He's actually cutting through there like a butcher. Matty Raymond, though, now is picked up on his scent, and he is trying to just stay right onto the back of the 39 as Watson's throttling it through the turns. He's actually throttling down the straightaway last time. That 39 is getting loose. He's giving it everything that he can, just trying to keep the 83 at bay. No longer focused on the 00 right now. He's kind of switched into survivor mode because here comes Matty Raymond. Almost needs the Jaws theme song. Da, 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 da. Matty Raymond. Watson regathers himself, shakes it off. Now he's back on the hunt, trying to close the distance that he can between the 00, but he keeps leaving the door open for the 83. Matty Raymond just sitting back, laying in wait. It's almost like he's just waiting on the right moment to pounce as Watson continues to pedal that thing through the turns. He is drifting. We would talk to James, but right now it seems like James has his hands full. We're going to just let him just focus on what he's doing. Vincent Crow really enjoying this now because he is actually able to drive off to a little bit of a lead, get some breathing room. With 4 laps to go in this thing, that's exactly what the doctor offered. Watson right now trying to do everything he can to maintain a podium. And that's exactly what it's going to take because we are slowly counting this thing down. 3 laps to go. Matty Raymond to the outside, still putting pressure on the 39. Vincent Crow getting a solid drive off now. He's not going to have to worry, but Matty Raymond trying to put pressure on the 39, leaves the door open for the 6. Matty Sisson, the 39, gets loose off the turn. Now he's going into the turn sideways, makes contact with the 6 assistant. Who would have thought? Never would have thought Sisson would have touched someone. Watson still sideways, going to lose the podium in a handful of spots. He crushes the 6. Those 2 and Powell slam into the wall. A little too late. Your winner, Vincent Crow. Matty Raymond going to come across in second. And they're scoring Matty Sisson coming across in third. Excellent race. Awesome finish. Let's check the burnout. The 00 goes around and around. See if we can't get him a decent score on this thing. He's going to back up and do it again. I was going to back way up. All right, we're going to give him 100. There it is. Vincent Crow gets 100 on the burnout and the display. And for backing around, let's look at the final standings one more again. Vincent Crow, your winner, Matty Raymond, second. Matty Sisson, third. James Watson, fourth. Kenny Powell coming across the fifth. Paul Olsen, sixth. Ruben Phelps, seventh. Eighth place is Ron Andrews. Sebastian Mansinden rounds out the top 9 cars. With that, we're going to take a step away, get a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back with our post-race show. And we are back. I'm your host, Big Al, joined in the booth by none other than Matty Sisson. Matty Sisson, Big Al, how's it going, bud?
What's up?
Hey, man, definitely a big race tonight, long race tonight. You start this thing off with 6th, finishing 3rd. No caution, no stages, but a bunch of cautions. How did that affect your strategy coming into this thing?
Oh yeah, it's really hard to get into a rhythm and all that. Just kind of driving around, and we're all just kind of talking and laughing and having a good time.
Yeah, definitely. That appeared to be a loose field down there tonight. Definitely the case.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was sliding around constantly. Felt like it's almost like a circle, not even a straightaway hardly.
It's more like a drift track, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that seemed to be what the general consensus was tonight. So we actually able to find any grip, and towards the end, I think we had one of our longest green flag runs, which ultimately set you up to be on the podium tonight. Agree?
Yeah, but I was behind both James and who else it was? Maddie, I think.
Crow.
Raymond there. I had a little bit of grip because there was so much dirty air that my car just wouldn't turn, and that's what kind of propelled me on the outside around James there, and got through it kind of happy.
Were you having any tire issues? You had plenty of sets behind the wall, but did you find that the wear was to your taste?
No, yeah, the wear wasn't too bad. I had 95 usually or so.
All right, man. So what else you got for me? Got any shout outs?
Started my own little setup shop here, Great Plains Setups. I'm gonna make setups and release them right now. It's free. Check it out.
All right, good solid showing for that. You want to give any more information on that? Is there a website? What do you got going on there?
Yeah, it'll be on the forums, and I have my own little Facebook Great Plains Setup Shop.
Okay. All right, Great Plains Setup Shops. Great Plains Setup Shop, folks. Check it out, man. That's Matty's sister.
Thank you.
That's going to be your 3rd place finisher. Thank you, Matt, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Next, we're going to have James Watson. James Watson is going to be standing by with Matty Raymond.
Mr. Matty Raymond, James in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, buddy. How you going, mate?
Well, that was some race out there. Just take us through your night.
How much fun was that, eh? I had a ball out there tonight. It was really good. I mean, the car was all over the place, which made it heaps of fun for us, for all of us, I assume. But, yeah, no, that was really good. Really good racing, and a couple of yellows or whatever, but you're going to get that around a bullring like this place. So, yeah, no, real happy. It's a bit surprised I come away with 2nd, to be honest, because I didn't really feel like I had that much pace in practice compared to the rest of you lads. So, no, it's been a good night.
Yeah. Take us through, at a track like this with the race we're getting tonight, take us through your thoughts on pit strategy. At first, I wasn't even sure if we were going to be able to pit under yellow without losing a lap.
yeah, I wasn't sure about that either. That's sort of like on the first stop, that was the tester for that sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like maybe I stuffed up a little bit pitting on that last one, or the last time I did pit. I thought a lot more guys or everyone had sort of come with me, and Vinny. As soon as I saw Vinny stay out, I thought, oh, maybe I made the wrong call there, and I reckon I had a bit of pace over you. But if I got sort of cleared you early enough, I might have had something for him. But yeah, no, it was just a bit of a wrong call on that last stop. But apart from that, pretty happy with the night.
Well, fantastic run tonight. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, of course. TWRS, of course. They've been helping us out an amazing amount, of course, as you know. And we got Scotch Race Fuels, Cut 6 Sticker Co., Tourette's Syndrome Australia, and Alopecia Foundation. And also just a couple of personal shout-outs. I haven't given a couple of people some love. I got a mate from Con from Adelaide Fuel Recovery, really a nice bloke, and he runs a business where if you put the wrong juice in your car, give him a call, he comes out and gets you going again. So I'd just like to give him a little plug. And I'm missing my best mate, Chappie, in Sydney. So, hey, Chappie. And big thank you to Inside Lane, all the sponsors, everything simulated. Team Watson Racing Setups, Inside Lane, 131, everyone that helps out the league, and Kobe, and Is Big Al here today? Is he around the joint?
Yeah, right here, boss.
Hey, there he is. Thank you to Big Al and
You
everything
usually
you
win
kick
this
in, mate. Yeah. I thought you might have been out partying too hard. That's all. I wasn't sure. But yeah, no, thanks, guys. It's been really good racing this series. All these guys are really respectful, really good fun to race against, and even if we do have a bit of beef, we talk it out after and virtually punch each other in the face. It's good. So yeah, no, thanks, guys.
All right. Well, we appreciate you, Maddie, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
Yeah, thanks, bud. It's your turn next week.
I doubt it.
All right, that was Matty Raymond, your second place finisher here tonight. Now we saved this moment. I am joined in the booth by none other than your winner here tonight, Vincent Crow. Vincent, it's almost like I picked you to win this thing or something. I think that is what happened. Wow. And you did it in fashion. You had your hands full all night there. You were battling James Watson. Seemed like every single lap that was a green flag lap. You closed the door. You had to play defense. You played offense. You played every position on the field tonight. And ultimately, you brought this thing home in the position you started it in. Did I miss anything?
No, I will. I'm going to point out, Big Al, I think you're 2 for your last 2 on picks. You won yesterday. You won tonight.
I don't know what's going on with that. These guys suck. I guess that's all I could say about it. But you don't, man. You were just ruling this thing around here like you really had a good feel for the track, a great feel for the car. Are you that comfortable in these cars now, or are you just comfortable in anything?
I'm comfortable in most cars, but this ARCA car kind of just drives the way that I feel like a race car should. The sets that iRacing is built for this car for the Fix Series is way better than it used to be. The cars drive a little bit more in the driver's hands rather than kind of methodical. And this is kind of a fun track. This is like an old school track, very old school racing type. You go and it's kind of like a late model, right? It's like having an egg under your throttle. You don't want to have to hit the gas too hard. You break the egg. You never want to jump off the gas and let the egg fall from behind the pedal. You never want to hit the brakes too hard. You know what I mean? You got to be smooth the entire time. And I learned that lesson a little bit earlier. I was trying to get a run on James. I tried to turn it down. As soon as I turned it down, lost the rear end into the corner, held the brakes, caution came out. Re-rack and start all over again. So the strategy was that it's really hard to pass. So I went with just not pitting. I figured with 50 laps to go, I'm like, I'm just not pitting for the rest of the race. And if anyone else pits, I'll take advantage of it and hope I hold it out. And it worked out for me. Can't complain about that.
So I was noticing towards the end of this thing, you really had racked up the miles on your tires, the laps. At one point, you were like 44 laps, and the other cars were at 7. Was that because there were so many cautions that you just really didn't get into tire wear? Did you experience tire wear at all, or any degradation, or you just didn't get enough data?
It feels like the tire wear was dramatic after like 10 laps, but after 10 laps, it was kind of even with everyone. So every time there was a heat cycle, that helped me a little bit, let my tires cool down. I think I ran my fastest lap of the race, towards the very end of the race, on those older tires. When everyone else pits, that's the lap that I ran my fastest time. So I was like, all right, the lap before the caution came out, I ran my best time, and I was like, I'm just gonna stay out. I think I can be all right with it, and they're gonna be better than me. But by the time they get through the cars that's gonna stay out with me, they probably won't have the same tires. It'll be more even in my favor, and that's. I think what happened is that by the time they had gotten through the field to get to my bumper, they had already gotten 10 or so laps on their tires. They had already gone through a heat cycle or two, and it worked out for me.
Well, indeed it did, and you made it look like it fit you like a glove. Not sure where we're going next week, Kobe. Next week, Echo Park Speedway. All right, you got any predictions on this one?
The team that works together the best will win. I'm kind of a freelance driver, so I just hang out wherever, and I'm going to be the aggressor who's going to try to break up the team strat.
All right, I like it. The aggressor that breaks up the strat, man. You couldn't have described yourself any better than that. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Anybody want to shout out here tonight for your win and just pretty dang sweet performance?
Powell, who runs the other league that we run on Thursdays, the ISCA Super Cup Series. Next week, I need 23 points before I go on vacation, and I will clinch the regular season championship. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, I can clinch that out, and then no matter what he does, those 2 weeks that I'm going to be on vacation, I will be the regular season champion. So I want to shout out Kenny Powell for running that league, where I'm about to be the regular season champion.
Well, good luck and congratulations, and I hope you can pull that off next week. Man, way to go, Vinny Crow. All right, that's Vinny Crow, your leader here. I'm your host, Big Al. Well, James, man, what you got? What are you thinking here? I mean, you had your hands full. I feel like I almost need to interview you. I mean, you were out there battling for the lead of this thing most of the race. I mean, you had a dominant car, the fastest car. As a matter of fact, all the way up until the last lap. So what do you got for us?
Yeah, it was a really interesting race. A lot of action, a lot of drama, a lot of unpredictability. Hope everyone watching at home really enjoyed it.
Yeah, indeed. I tell you what, it was enjoyable from the booth. Thank all of our sponsors. I mean, really, from Scotcher Fuels to Everything Simulated to Doogie to 131 to, I know I'm missing somebody. Hey, and to ARCA Sparks and to you, Kobe, for putting it all together. Thank you, James, for being the best co-host I could have and definitely doing the double duty there, driving and calling. And thank you guys for tuning in and watching us and giving us your time here every week. And if I forgot anybody, I'm so sorry about that. Love you guys. We'll see you next week.